Good morning. Let me just check that I'm live. Apologies, a couple of minutes later than planned. I got distracted doing my 750 words. So, if you haven't heard me talk about this before, basically, there is a website called 750words.com. And as the name suggests, it's literally a place where you can go and write 750 words, and it can be about anything. It's totally private, no one else sees it, and it's so simple, but it's such a great exercise. It's good for like de-stressing, for getting stuff out of your head and into words. It's good for creativity, and when you're feeling a bit kind of blocked creatively, just basically it's so amazing how often. Yes, I'm live. There I am. It's so amazing how often, if you just start writing, like literally, what's it called? Stream of consciousness type stuff, how quickly the ideas start to come. So anyway, so this is it's a free thing, but you can you sign up. I think it's about £5 a month after the first 30 days or something. You sign up if you want to continue using it. It's like a five a month, but I love it, and I try to do it every day. I haven't yet managed. They have a monthly challenge where you challenge yourself to go on every day and do your 750 words. I haven't actually managed to do that yet, but I'm determined to. Maybe this will be the month. So far, so good. Here we are on the 2nd of September, and I've managed my 2 days. But yeah, so anyway, I was doing that and I got completely distracted and lost track of time. So hence me being a bit late, and now even later taking all this time to explain to you why. But I kind of think, well, it gives people time to join. So today I wanted to chat to you about the three things that you need to turn your ideal client into your paying client. Now, before I dive into that, I'm going to introduce myself because it's a while since I've done a live regularly on my page. Well, the boys go back to school tomorrow, and my plan is to get more consistent with it after that. There's so much I'm telling myself I'm going to do when the boys go back to school. We'll see how much of it actually happens. But anyway, so let me quickly introduce myself. My name is Colette Broomhead, and I'm a business coach. I work with mums who have service-based businesses. So basically, anyone who works with clients, essentially, is what a service-based business is. I struggle to kind of find a nice, neat term to describe it. So if anyone has one, let me know. But I help them to get more clients and to do it in a way that doesn't take all the time. As mums, we have lots of other stuff going on as well, right? So we have, the kids, the house, all of that kind of stuff. And usually, one of the main reasons we've started the business in the first place is to actually have more time with our families, more freedom to do things like the school runs and all of that kind of stuff. And what happens so often is we start this business and we actually end up more kind of bogged down in it than we were in our 9 to 5. So what I do is I help mums to create strategies to market their business, to get clients that feel light, that don't take up too much time, that don't overwhelm them, and that actually work and get them clients so that they can hit their income goals. So that's what I do. And today I am here to chat to you about the three things that you need in order to turn an ideal client into a paying client. Because let's face it, that's what it's all about. Hey to those of you who are watching live, by the way, do give me a hello whenever you comment. It gives the algorithm a little nudge so that more people see this video, this live. So it's really, really helpful. Plus the fact it's nice to see some people saying hello, so that it doesn't feel so much like I'm talking to myself. So yeah, let's face it. This is ultimately the goal. When you the goal is to get clients so that you can make money, so that you can carry on your business, so that you can pay your bills, so that you can grow your business, so that you can have nice things, all of this stuff. So how do we take our ideal clients and turn them into paying clients? Well, the first step is knowing who your ideal clients are and making sure they know it too. So there's an awful lot of kind of content out there, and if you've been in the kind of online business world for any length of time at all, you are absolutely bound to have seen some of it around the importance of knowing your ideal client, right? We all know this as business owners. We know that we need to. I look so pale. The lighting in this room is not ideal. That's not much better. Anyway, never mind. We all know that we need to know who our ideal clients are, and there's tons of things. There's tons of podcasts, blogs, courses, stuff that you can do to help you nail this stuff. And it's not as easy as it sounds. And chances are who your ideal client is perhaps going to change over time, and that's fine. But one thing that doesn't get talked about that much is the fact that the reason that we need to know who our ideal clients are is so that we can attract them, so that we can let them know that they are our ideal clients. Wow, that's tough to say. And so it's kind of that next step that's really the key. It's like, yes, now you know who your ideal clients are. You need to do something about it. You need to be creating content to make sure that your ideal clients know that they are your ideal clients. So that's things like, that's across the board. So that's things like, how you set up your social media pages and channels. If someone lands on your Facebook page or on your Instagram page, do they immediately know if they are your ideal client or not? Because if they don't, you need to do something about that. And we have very little time to actually get that information across, because usually it's literally a matter of seconds before someone decides whether to stick around or to click away. And if you haven't managed to grab their interest in just those handful of seconds, they're going to click away and you've lost an ideal client. So you need to be really conscious in all the content you're creating and all the platforms that you are working from. Is it really immediately obvious who this is for? Are my ideal clients going to land on this blog, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, whatever it may be, and immediately know that I've done this for them, that they need to stick around because they're going to get something out of it? It's a good thing to test, actually. And the wrong way to test this is to do that thing where we go and check with our friends and family, or where we just post in a random Facebook group and go, what do you think of this? Does this work? Because chances are these people aren't necessarily going to be your ideal clients. You want to check this with your ideal clients because they're the ones that matter. So that's number one. Do your ideal clients know that they are your ideal clients? Do they know that they are the ones that you are there for, that they are the ones that you are there to help? If not, what can you do to make that clearer? How can you improve your messaging? How can you improve your branding? How can you improve the way you present your business digitally and in person? When you go to a networking, do you know how to communicate to other people what you do and who you do it for in a way that's really, really clear? So that's number one, and that's really, really key. That's all around your kind of messaging and making it really clear. This is who I'm here for. This is who I'm here to help. You are the person I'm here to serve and to give amazing results to. Number two is basically relationship building. So you'll hear it called lots and lots of different things: nurturing, relationship building, but it's all about the next step. So once someone knows that they're your ideal client, once they land on your Facebook page or your Instagram or your blog or whatever it may be, and they realize that this is for them and that this is a resource to help them in some way, you need to then nurture that relationship. You need to find ways to have them stick around, to build their trust, to help them to get to know you better. Because if your ultimate goal is for them to buy from you, which I assume it is if you're a business, you need them to feel like they know and like and trust you enough to do that. And so that is where relationship building comes in. And we often forget this bit of marketing. We kind of leap from I need an audience, I need to get loads of people, to right now I'm going to sell to them. And that's why we struggle. because it's very difficult to sell to someone who doesn't actually know us that well yet, who doesn't know, like, and trust us. They've only just landed on our page. They're not sure about us yet. They're not sure, what we're about, who we are, whether they're going to connect with us. So we have to kind of have that sort of nurturing relationship building stage as part of our marketing strategy. It's a really, really important part of the process, because you know yourself that when you're going to invest in someone or invest in something, you need to feel comfortable about that. You need to feel like you trust the person or the business that you're giving your money to. So that's a really important part of the process. You need to have something in your marketing that allows you to build relationships, to nurture the people who are now in your audience. So once you've kind of, you know, reached your ideal clients and let them know that they're your ideal clients and that they should stick around, now you need to build those relationships, build that trust, help them to get to know you better, so that when you do come to sell, they're going to feel much more comfortable handing over their money. Okay, so that's step 2. And step 3 is, of course, selling. And this should be a kind of like, well, duh, obvious. But it is amazing how many people just don't do this. And I have been guilty of this myself. So literally for the first 6 months or so of my business, I could not understand why I wasn't making any sales. I wasn't getting clients. I wasn't, I was really visible. I was putting out tons of content. I was blogging weekly. I was doing Facebook Lives. I was doing all the stuff that people were telling me I needed to do. And eventually I started working with a business coach. And it took for her to look at my business and point out to me that the reason I wasn't getting clients was because I just wasn't ever selling. I wasn't ever inviting people to come and work with me. I was giving them tons of value. I was, really, really visible. I was giving them tons of tips and hints and trainings and this, that, and the other. But I was never telling them how they could work with me. I was never inviting them to take that next step. And so, of course, I wasn't getting clients. And this is a really, really easy trap to fall into for several reasons. So, first of all, selling feels uncomfortable, and until you're used to doing it. When you're new to anything, it feels uncomfortable at first. It feels like we're not quite sure what we're doing, how to do it well. It can feel, there's all the kind of money mindset stuff there as well, so it can feel uncomfortable in a kind of icky, pushy, salesy way. So there are tons of reasons why we can actually avoid selling. But also, oftentimes the content side of things, the kind of training, the giving value, is the fun bit. And so, and it feels like busy work. It's valuable work. It's stuff that we need to be doing. And so it feels like we're being productive, we're giving value, and like we're doing what we should be doing. And so often we are missing that final step. And if you miss that final step, you won't get clients, because you have to talk about your services. You have to invite people to work with you. You have to tell them how they can work with you. If you don't give them that invitation, they're not gonna, they're not psychic. They don't know. And so, especially when you're in the earliest days of your business and perhaps your audience is still relatively small, people won't do the work for you. You need to make those invitations. You need to invite people. You need to be talking about how people can work with you, what that looks like, what that next step might be. Do they need to book a call with you? Do they need to go and visit a sales page? Do they need to drop you an email? What is the next step? Tell people what they need to do and tell people what that looks like. How will they be working with you? Do you offer one-to-one? Is it a group program? Do you have a membership? Do you have a course? What does that look like? What are the results? Why should they bother? Actually doing this. What are the results? Talk about the results. Talk about the transformation that you help people with. Because if you're not talking about these things, people won't know, and so they're not going to even think about working with you unless you talk about what's possible, what's available, and how they can do it. So those are the 3 steps. So just as a reminder, number 1, First of all, of course, getting really clear on who your ideal clients are. We know that. We know we need to know who our ideal clients are. But then the sort of second part of that is making sure that we are communicating that really effectively so that our ideal clients actually know that they are our ideal clients. Because if they don't know, they're not going to come. They're not going to come. They're not going to sort of join your audience. So you need to be putting content out there, putting your messaging out there so that it is crystal clear to your ideal clients that they should be coming and following you, coming and listening to what you have to say, coming and liking your page, following you on Instagram, whatever that looks like for you and your business. So making that really clear. So that's number one. Number two is then making sure that you are focusing on relationship building. Once someone's joined your audience, what are you doing to nurture those relationships? What are you doing to help people to get to know you better? What are you doing to build trust? So that when it comes to point three, which is selling, they feel comfortable investing in you. They trust that you are going to deliver what you promise. They trust that they are in safe hands with you. That is so important. And of course then point three is to actually make the sale, to actually talk about what you do, to invite them to take that next step and to tell people what that looks like, what they can expect, and to talk about the transformation, talk about the results that you help people achieve, because that's what people are paying for. They are paying for whatever results, transformation you can help them with. So those are my 3 steps. If you have each of those steps in your marketing, you will get clients. It's that simple. We tend to overcomplicate things, but we don't need to. We just need to make sure that our marketing attracts our ideal clients, nurtures our relationships with them, and then actually invites them to take the next step with us. If you are doing those 3 things, you will 100% get clients, 100%. Okay, so before I go, I am running a challenge. We start on the 14th of September, all about growing your Facebook group. Now, one of the reasons I love Facebook groups is because they are fantastic for each of these 3 steps that I've just talked about. A Facebook group is a great way to attract your ideal clients because it's a community built just for them. So my Facebook group is called Fully Booked Mums, and just the name hopefully makes it pretty clear who it's for. It's for mums who want to be fully booked, that's a great way to attract the right people into my audience. Once people are in my Facebook group, it's a great place to build relationships. There's something about a group that has that real kind of community vibe. I can give kind of really in-depth value inside my group. I can go live. We can have Q&As. We do have Q&As, and we can I can really start to kind of get to know the people in there, and they can get to know me. And it's a fantastic place to get clients. I pretty much get all of my clients from my Facebook group. My Facebook group is the source of most of my email list because I use my joining questions to grow my list. So most of my email signups come from my Facebook group, and all of my clients, my one-to-one clients, my group coaching clients, my membership members come from my group. So it is so simple. It's not a massive group. You don't need massive numbers, but it is just a great space for doing that whole process, for being able to achieve all of those 3 steps in one really simple, easy way. So if you have a group and you want to grow it, if you don't have a group but you would like to start one and grow it, then do come and join this challenge. I'm going to leave a link in the comments where you can sign up. Come join us. We're going to have a separate pop-up group for the challenge, so it won't be taking place in my main group, Fully Booked Mums. We start on the 14th. That is a week on Monday. So yeah, it's going to be fab. It's a 5-day challenge. You're going to learn tons and tons of strategies to grow your group. You're going to learn how to set it up so it does attract your ideal clients. You're going to learn what to do inside the group to nurture those relationships and to really get the engagement buzzing so that people are ready to buy from you and become your clients. So come and join us. I will pop the link in the comments, and I hope I'll see you there. Take care. Have a wonderful day.